Now we'll see problems related to template number 4. First problem is how many ways 10 roses can be distributed among 3 girls. Okay, so let's say there are 3 girls, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there are 3 girls and we have to distribute the flowers, right? I don't know how to solve it. Then whenever I have a confusion like this, then I always write solutions first. The question is how many distributions possible, isn't it? Then you go for one distribution. One distribution is 2, 2, 6. Correct? Second distribution is 1, 9, 0. Third one 0, 0, 10. In that way there are a lot of distributions. After seeing these distributions, you will get to know that this problem is nothing but there are 3 variables x1, x2, x3 and their sum should be 10. So this problem is, template problem, isn't it? So x1 plus x2 plus x3 equal to 10, where x1 greater than or equal to 0, x2 greater than or equal to 0, x3 greater than or equal to 0. For that we know the solution. So here this problem is nothing but x1 plus x2 plus x3 so on xn equal to r, right? So here n value equal to 3, r value equal to 10. The number of solutions here equal to n plus r minus 1 cr. So here n value is 3 plus r value 10, 3 plus 10 minus 1 cr, r is 10, 13 minus 1, 12 c10. So final answer is 12 c10. Let's see the second problem. How many ways 10 roses, 14 sunflowers, 15 daffodils can be distributed among 3 girls? So here the problem, the number of girls are 3 and the number of different flowers are 3. Then how to solve it? In the previous problem it was only one flower, right? One kind of flower. When you have multiple flowers, then how to solve it? What I do is, first I draw girls. Let's say there are 3 girls, right? Let's take 3 girls. Then distribute all the flowers. Why don't we do this systematically? Like first distribute roses, after that distribute sunflowers, after that distribute daffodils. Then if you do that, at a time your task will be only distributing one kind of flowers. For that already we have a formula, isn't it? That's why let me do first distribution of roses. How many different ways you can distribute roses? Let's say that is task TR. Total number of ways of doing that is, so the number of roses are 10, isn't it? Number of people for equal to here is 10. Then if you have 3 people and roses are 10, then it is like x1 plus x2 plus x3, that should be 10 roses and 3 people. Same conditions, right? Then formula is n plus r minus 1 cr, where n is nothing but here number of variables and r is nothing but 10. Then it will be 3 plus 10 as usual. So already we got 12 c10 for this. Got it? Now we'll go to distribution of sunflowers. How many different ways you can distribute 14 sunflowers? For same 3 girls, it will be x1 plus x2 plus x3 equal to 14, right? So again conditions like x1 greater than or equal to 0, x2 greater than or equal to 0, x3 greater than or equal to 0. Any girl can take any number of flowers more than or equal to 0. Then formula is again n value 3, r value 14. Then it will become n plus 3 plus 14 minus 1 c r 14. That will become 17 minus 1 16 c 14. So we know that 16 c 14 equal to 16 c 2, ncr equal to ncn minus r. Similarly the third one, t daffodils. T daffodils can be done in how many ways? For that x1 plus x2 plus x3 equal to number of daffodils are 15. Then you get c3 plus 15 minus 1 c r here is 15. Then it will become 17 c15, which is nothing but 17 c2. So finally distributing roses followed by distributing sunflowers followed by distributing daffodils is our problem, isn't it? If I do systematically, then the total number of ways of doing that is, according to product rule, total number of ways of doing such task t equal to total number of ways of doing the first task 12C10, which is nothing but 12C2 into 16C14, that is nothing but 16C2 into TD. The total number of ways of doing TD is 17C2, isn't it? Then it will be 12C2 into 16C2 into 17C2. So this is a way you can solve questions related to template number 4. Now we solve gate questions related to combinatorics. The first question, which is asked in GATE 1991. The number of binary strings of length 6n which are palindromes with 2n zeros. Okay. Since this is about binary sequences of 6n positions, let me draw some 6n positions. Okay. Let's say these are all first 3n, these are all second 3n. Okay. Now the problem is how many different ways you can fill all these 6n positions with 2n zeros. Since it's a palindrome, you should understand one thing. Whatever you write, example, if you write 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, then same pattern should be repeated at right side from right to left, isn't it? Example, first position you filled with 0, right? Same thing should be copied here. Then 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, then 1, 0, 0, correct? So this should be copied. Then only it will become palindrome. Now see, this 0 matches with 0, this 0 matches with this 0, so on. Now what I want to say is, you don't have any option to fill these positions. You have only option to fill these 3n positions. Done. The second condition is, we have to fill only 2n zeros in the entire string. But we know that this binary sequence is divided into two parts. First part is exactly equal to second part. Then the number of zeros also will be divided into half and half, right? So finally n zeros comes here. Total 3n positions. If n zeros comes, 2n ones comes here. Then problem is reduced to how many different ways you can form a pattern with 2n ones and n zeros. In other way, it is how many different ways you can arrange 3n objects in the line. Out of them, 2n are ones, n are zeros. Then we have a formula. So it's a template number 5. In template number 5, you have studied that it is nothing but 3n factorial by duplicates are 2n factorial, and this 0 object is repeated n times, then n factorial. So these many ways you can arrange zeros and ones here. So same thing will be copied here, so there is no other way here. Then exactly this is the answer, 3n factorial by 2n factorial into n factorial, correct? So in that way you can easily solve questions related to gate. Let's see a problem. The number of binary strings of n zeros and k ones so that no two ones are adjacent. It is asked in 1999 paper. We'll see how to solve it. Since no two ones are adjacent, I keep zeros in the line first, like example, let's take 3 zeros. I will tell you method. So let's call it method 1. Then in this method 1, what I do is I write zeros. After that, I just imagine that there is a chair. It's a logical imagination. So we assume that there is a chair between every two zeros, and right side of the last zero there is a chair, and left side of one zero there is a chair. Once you fix the chairs, now if you keep ones only in the chairs, then at any time you can't allow adjacent ones, isn't it? Now we are not allowing adjacent ones. Let's try. Example, if I have, let's say 2 ones. If I have 2 ones, I can keep 2 ones here. Then the binary sequence will become 1 0 1 0 0, right? If I keep 1 here, that would be different, isn't it? That will become 0 1 0 1 0. So if I keep 1 1 here and 1 1 here, then that will become, so I'm showing like this, 1 here, 1 here, then the binary sequence will become 1 0 0 0 1, isn't it? So finally, how many different ways you can arrange ones in this chairs is the solution, right? How many different ways you can arrange ones in the line in these chairs? We'll see that. For that you have 1 2 3 4 chairs and 2 ones. Then select 2 chairs and arrange ones. Then it's a selection problem, isn't it? So 4C2 is the answer for this problem, but this is specific problem. It's an example, but our original problem has n zeros and k ones, isn't it? That's why let me generalize it. The method whatever I used now, I generalize it. Initially you have zeros, right? 1, 2, 3, so on. How many zeros we have? Exactly n zeros. When you have exactly n zeros, then the chairs will be formed equal to n plus 1. So one more chair than number of zeros. So we have now n plus 1 chairs. Just logical imagination. One chair here, one chair here. Now we have to arrange ones in these chairs. How many chairs we have? N plus 1. How many ones we have? We have k ones, right? K ones. Then how many different ways you can arrange k ones in n plus 1 chairs? First select the chairs out of n plus 1. Select k chairs, n plus 1 ck. Once you select the chairs, so ones cannot be arranged on themselves, right? Only selection matters here. So n plus 1 ck is the answer. These many ways you can select the chairs automatically. These many ways we can arrange ones. This is the answer. So exactly, yeah, there is no option matching, isn't it? Then option is the answer, none of the above. In that way you can answer questions related to, GATE very easily. I teach this problem with method number 2. In method number 2 I use substitution. Without solving this in rigorous way like this, with conceptual way, I solve it with smart way. Okay, so let's say second technique is, when you are smart. Method 2. In method 2 we understand the problem, that's it, and we write some examples. We know the problem now. Let's take n value 2 and k value 2. How many binary sequences possible with 2 zeros and 2 ones where no 2 ones are adjacent, right? So n equal to 2. 2 represents, this n represents zeros and k represents ones, right? Yes. When you have 2 zeros and 2 ones, how many different ways we can arrange them so that no 2 ones are adjacent? Zeros, 1 0 1. Second one, 1 0 1 0. Anything else? 1 0 0 1, isn't it? I think only 3. Right. So substitute in the options. If you substitute these n value 2, k value 2, you should get exactly 3 as the answer. Let's try. N value 2, right? 2 minus 1, 1. 1c something. 1c something cannot be 3. Wrong option. So this is 2c2. 2c2 cannot be 3. Wrong option. This is 2c3. Absolutely wrong, because 2c3 means selecting 3 from 2. Is it possible? No. Then it is wrong. We need 3, right? So no option is matching directly. Option D, none of the above. In that way you can answer this kind of questions very quickly using the substitution. That's why always my suggestion is, when there is a problem with variables like n and k or something, don't try to think with n and k. Think with n value 1, k value 2, something, some smaller values of n and k. You try to solve it. That's what my suggestion. Okay. Let's see one more GATE question related to combinatorics. GATE 2001. How many 4-digit even numbers have all 4 digits distinct is the question. So you have 4 digits and all should be distinct. Example, maybe 2, 4, 5, 8 something. Now see where this position should be even number, then only overall number will become even number. We know that, right? So how many ways you can do that is the question. How to solve it? So let me try with this method and tell me what is the mistake in this one. First I fill this position. Since you can fill only 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 0, then I have 5 ways, isn't it? If I do anywhere mistake, please let me know. Now I will go to this position and I will try to fix this one. Since you have filled this position with 5 ways, so maybe 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. Since this position cannot be filled with 0, let's remove 0. Then we already used some digit here, that also should be removed. Then finally there are only 8 other numbers we have. Let me use one of them. Then how many ways we can do that? 8 ways. So this one 5 ways, this one 8 ways, isn't it? Because leading zeros are not allowed. Now come to this point. This position doesn't have any condition other than duplicates. That means you can take any number other than this number and this number. Since 2 positions already filled, then there are 8 other digits, anything you can take. So there are 8 ways. Now come to this point. This position can be filled with distinctly, so that for that there are 3 positions which are already filled, then there are 7 digits to be taken, then it will be 7 ways, right? So answer will become 8 into 8 into 7 into 5. But it's wrong. Why? Think about it. Let's try second method. First I fill this position 1, after that I fill this position 2, after that 3, after that 4. Let me follow this flow. Then how many different ways you can fill this position? 0, otherwise 2 or 4 or 6 or 8, isn't it? Let me divide them into 2 parts. Case number 1 where I filled 0. If I fill 0 here, then how many ways you can fill the second position? Since leading zeros are not allowed, then already 0 is used, then anything other than 0 can be used, then there are 9 ways to fill it, isn't it? Now come to this point. This can take anything other than these 2 positions, then there are 8 ways, correct? And this will be 7 ways with the same way, right? So what I want to say is, if I can fix 0 here, then the total number of ways are 9 into 8 into 7, right? So 9 into 8 into 7. Now let's take case number 2. Case number 2 where you are filling 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 in the last position. Then there are 4 ways to do that, correct? If you do that in 4 ways, now how many ways you can fill the first position? Since you have not used 0, then 0 cannot be used and this digit also cannot be used. Example, if you use 2 here, then 2 cannot be used, 0 cannot be used. Then there are 8 ways. See the difference between this method and this method. In this previous case, you had 9 ways, right? Because other than 0, anyone you can take over there. But here in the second case, you cannot take 0, you cannot take one more digit. That's by 8 ways. Then come to this point. This point can take any digit other than previous 2 fillings. Then it will be again 8 ways, isn't it? 10 minus 2, 8. Why it is 8? Because anything other than these 2 digits which are already filled in first position and second position can be taken, then it will be 8 ways. 10 minus 2, 8. Come to this point, it can be filled with anything other than these 3 positions, then 7 ways as it is. So these 2 ways are not changed, right? Now the total number of ways in this way, in case number 2, where last position is filled with 2 or 4 or 6 or 8, is 8 into 8 into 7 into 4. If you add, because solutions are nothing but all these solutions plus all these solutions, because these are all cases where they end with 0 and these are all where they end with non-zero, then total number of solutions are that plus this. It will become 2296 if you simplify. So option B is the right answer. In that way, you can answer gate questions related to combinatorics.